give you a little short video here on how to get up on stilts, how to run some corner bead. But what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at this ceiling right now. You see how I've got all of the seams boxed? One's right down the center, and I have all the butt joints split. The ones that I don't have split, if you look at this little one right here, a lot of times I'll box a butt joint down the center, and if it covers very well, I'll leave it. Otherwise, I have to split them to make them wider, to make them go away. If I did not split them, when this house was all done, if I just ran them down the center, and you turned on the lights and you had a nice sunny day and the people are here and they're having their coffee and they're in the kitchen, you're going to see humps on every single one of these butt joints. So you're going to be able to look at the ceiling and see a hump everywhere. And that's not good. It's just not a good thing. So, these are stilts. Now when I adjust my stilts to the ceiling height, if I jacked these all the way down, I can't reach 9 foot because these stilts are made for 8 foot. So what I do is I loosen up these screws and I pull this thing out and I put it up here and I push it on the ceiling and I just give myself a nice arm length. Then I set my screws on where they're supposed to be. That's what these are done right now. That's what I've done right now. So now when I get up on these, some people have to sit up on something, and I probably should too. Now when I get up on these, you don't really want these tight yet. Okay, so I can tighten them up now because I've been doing this for so long. But if you're getting up on stilts for the first time, always fasten this one first. There's a reason for that. Okay, so you fasten this one first, and then you make these tight. Okay. When I go to get up on the other one, step up twice. Okay, I put these in like that, and I fasten this one first. And the reason being, this is why I do this, because if I fasten those two down here, these two down here first, if I put these nice and tight, and my leg is loose here, and this stilt decides that I lose my balance and it decides to slip out under me, it's going to snap my ankle like a toothpick. Just like that, it'll snap my ankle. But if my foot is loose here, I can slip it off and I'm not going to break my ankle if I'm attached here. But like I said, if I'm attached here and I'm not attached here, and I fall and I slip, my ankle's breaking. Can't help it. It's just going to happen. So now when we get to the corner bead, I like to use for my first coat corner bead an 8-inch knife. And I want you to know that these are well-worked tools. I'm not using brand new tools. I'm using tools that I've had for a while, and these are worn tools. My 6 looks pretty good because I bought it by mistake. I don't particularly care for stainless steel, but I bought this by mistake. But this has been a good knife too. It's a hide, and it's been a good knife too. Somebody was asking me one time, he goes, wow, he goes, you really know how to work this stuff. And I told him, well, you're really only as good as your tools. And he goes, hey, my 6 looks exactly like that, and it's not doing what your 6 is doing. So it takes a little skill. So this is a piece of corner bead. We showed you earlier how to put it on. I ran the low from the floor as high as I can reach. Now I'm just going to take care of the high. So come around here and look at this, because this is a return. This has 3 sides to it. 1, 2, 3. Unlike a corner, it only has 2 sides to it. So when I'm doing corner bead, I try to mud up this first, and then I'll do the 2 sides. 1, 2, okay? And then I'll always flare this edge right away. I'll flare that edge, and I'll flare that edge. Now when I'm wiping this out, I always wipe out the return first, okay? And I'll tell you why. It's because the mud can go on both sides of this. Because otherwise I could control it and try to pull it out on one side, but I'm still going to get mud on both sides. Now when I wipe out this side, I am going to tilt my knife and I'm going to flow the mud off the end. I'm not going to tilt it this way, otherwise I'm going to force the mud back onto this side, and I'm going to have a line of mud on this side of my corner bead that it has to be dusted off, sanded off, whatever. So there was this one guy, he was working with his dad, and he's running corner bead, and he's leaving mud on the corner bead like this. See how I just left that mud on the corner bead like this? So he's leaving mud on the corner bead like this, and he can't get it off. And his dad goes, and he looks at his dad, hey Dad, how do I get that off? He goes, oh, just leave it. The sander will take care of it. So then he's doing other things, and he leaves a little bit of mud, just leaves a glob of mud here. And he goes, and he spots the screws, and he leaves a big clump of mud on the screws. And his dad goes, don't worry about it. The sander will take care of it. The sander will take care of it. So pretty soon he himself is leaving these big globs of mud all over the place, thinking the sander is going to take care of it. Well, he got to the point of sanding, and his dad goes, here, you're the sander. So don't leave big globs of mud for the sander to take care of it, because chances are you're going to be the sander. So I got to get back to work. Subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. I hope it's educational. I hope you've learned something. So if you really like what you see, please subscribe.